Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
Will all come back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. It is very red in this stream. Hold on, let me try and color balance it. Maybe that might mess it up though. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing good tonight, or today, or whatever time it is. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Meltalurk Ritual, where you can not only watch the episodes happen live, you can interact in chat, you can make chat do things. You can change how this show goes. And you can watch the after show where basically it's off the books and I'm just editing stuff down, and it's just a little more stream afterwards. Because yeah. But if you're not able to make it, that's fine. It's up on Twitch for 2 weeks. The whole thing is up on Twitch for 2 weeks. But once that's gone, it's gone. But you can go onto YouTube where I have every single episode, every single one of them up on there from the beginning. All now 120. I thought last episode was 120. Was wrong. It was 119. It is 120. Now it's 120. The one episode. But also, you can go to Spotify. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, that's fine. You can listen to this on Spotify. I guess also watch it on there. I don't know why you would want to watch it. I'd rather listen, I guess, on there. And I also have this as a radio show, a lot more trimmed down, but it has music. You can listen to them. It's a separate playlist and whatever, but you can listen to it basically this, but the predecessor of it, and it's a lot shorter. But if you want to play the music with it as well, it's a radio playlist, and it's clean. It's clean. I gotta emphasize on that. It's clean, at least from what I know. Very on the editing side, I accidentally oops. But good for anyone. I think though, not this one coming up, the next episode, I do have to bleep something out. I believe. If I'm correct, I do. But I might just honestly trim that out. And this last one not the one that I put out just recently, but the one that's coming out next week, which I'll get into reasons why I already have that one done. The one that's coming out next week, I trimmed down a lot more of the stuff. I feel like the weather, I don't want to put it on as much. I'm still going to have it on compared to the actual news stuff. I don't put that on there anymore because I think except for the first episode, because that takes up a lot of time in the episode. And I feel like a lot of that editing those is just a pain in the ass unless if it is relative to something that I'm talking about. And I think the only notable time that does happen is in a very early episode. But other than that, I don't think it does. That said, it's a lot more trim and it's a lot more edited. And I mean, I still do stutters and stuff like that. Whatever. It happens. I think this past episode I said a lot. And I feel like I still do that now, but especially in this episode that's going to come out next week. Yeah, I do a lot. But one thing I didn't mention when I was doing the, what's it called? Oh, one bit that I do in the show is called alignment charts near the end of the show, kind of like the last segment before the end wrap up of the show is called alignment charts, where I formulate, I think during the show, I formulate and write down oh, what would fit in an alignment chart for like D&D, like lawful good, neutral, chaotic good, lawful neutral, true neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil. I fill that whole thing with a certain whatever the show's topic is, and holy moly, I am on my freaking game every single one of them, especially the one that's coming out next one. It's low key good. It makes no sense how it got to it, but it's low key. It makes sense. Like I was high, like I even state in the episode that I'm like high on power. Like I can do anything. Like my hubris is so massive. You know what else is massive? The load taper fade meme. We're in 2020. We're literally in February of 2025, and we're still dragging that shit out, man. I gotta say, I love the load taper fade meme. I love the dragging of it. It's so funny. Like, it's not funny. No, it's hilarious. I gotta say, it's freaking hilarious. I love the joke. It's stupid, but it's fun. Yeah, the reason I'm actually recording this early, usually I would do it on a Wednesday. Usually, or a Thursday. I'd usually record these on Thursdays. But I'm going to be gone next week. I'm going to be in Vegas next week. So, no. I think I will be, I might not be sleeping. Well, maybe. Because of how I got to be up super duper early. So I might be sleeping by the time that I would like record this, or like usually record this. Maybe not. If I'm up at 10 o'clock, whatever, West Coast time, I forget what the time is. Like, yeah, West. That's the thing. When I lived in Arizona, it fucked me up because Arizona doesn't go with the time shifts. So every time, daylight savings happens, nothing in our lives changed. But the TV stuff did. So trying to figure out what time stuff aired was a pain in the ass. And I think the biggest one was the Kids' Choice Awards. And when the Kids' Choice Awards came on as a kid, yeah, it came on like, there were like 2 airings of it. One was like delayed than the other. But it sucked because you got home, or like we were home, and then it'd be like nearing the end of it. And the next, the whatever airing on that happens for a certain time zone is different, and it's already like going or whatever, but like we wouldn't know because we'd either have to look at the TV guide of it, and those didn't really say when it was going to come on either, so we'd have to know the day of basically. And sometimes they had it like weeks of, but usually you didn't know the timing of it until day of. And that's what I hated about those kinds of events or shows. It's like trying to find like, oh, when's a new episode of like, say, SpongeBob coming on? Like Eastern Central, like I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm like 7 years old. I don't know what that fucking means. That, like, moving to the Midwest was definitely a change. But like at least I knew when shows would be on. And I think a big one too back in the day, I think was watching Jay Leno or The Tonight Show, which in retrospect, how the fuck did I not like Conan when I was a kid? Conan's funnier. I think it was like the bits that Jay Leno did, especially in the twilight years of The Tonight Show, that I kind of liked more. I don't really know, but you could definitely tell that it was not there, the spirit and energy, and plus the comedy wasn't there. I like the weird driving segment was funny. It was not funny, but entertaining. It was TV. I think it was also like during a writer's strike or something like that. I can't remember. Back in that like the recession times or whatever. I don't really remember. I can't recall. But yeah. What was I on? What the hell was I on? Oh yeah, recording stuff. So like maybe I might be asleep. We gotta be at the airport at like 5 a.m. and the flight leaves at 7. So probably before. Like I want to get there at like 4:30 to have some extra time. I don't think that it's gonna take that long to get through TSA, but I always feel like you want to have some extra time. I always have extra time. I just never. It's the one thing that I think band really cursed me with, or just music in general. I feel more band than anything else. For band is being early. Being early, because early is on time. Or at least the way that I learned it. And other people, like, when I talked about, like, show up early, that means you're on time. Some people looked at me weird, and it's like, yeah. And some of the people that were like looking at me weird, it's like, yeah, I don't know why you're looking at me weird, because you have to like have your reed in your mouth for 30 minutes before you can even play. Like, bruh, you have to have your reeds like already soaking in water so you can play your instrument good without having to break a 5, 10, whatever, 20. I don't know how much some of the double reed reeds cost. Expensive piece of wood. Like, don't look at me like that. Like, I was a brass instrument. Oh my God. Especially for horn too. Getting spit out of horn sucked. Because some of them do have like a spit valve, but usually that's not where the spit is. I mean, a lot of the times it is, but not a lot. So what you had to do, the thing I hated the most is like locating the spit. So if you couldn't find it, it's like, oh, there's one valve, maybe two, that was like usually where the spit would be. But if that wasn't where it is, you basically had to undo all of the valves, all like 6 valves. So I know 7, 8 valves, know where they go, put them back in, slide them enough that your tuning's correct, because that's something you got to pay attention to. And then while the things are out, you also got to make sure that the spit's out of the valves. Or not the valves, the valves. It's the valves. I think that's the right technical term. So getting all that out of there is a huge pain in the ass. And then sometimes you got to literally flip it just to find it. I've had it where I've had everything out. I've been flipping it. And then like doing like a shake. And then that's when the spit comes out. It's like, what the hell? Why? I don't know. I love playing French horn though. I gotta play more. I do gotta play more. I need more opportunities and reasons to play. Not to say that I don't, but I just gotta practice more and have time to do it. That's the real big kicker. It's like having time to do everything. If I had a superpower, if I were to have 2 superpowers, it would be to like be able to multiply myself, like be in like to do different tasks, and then like shadow clone jutsu, because like in Naruto's shadow clones like are still like living his life or whatever the hell, but once they're gone, he gets those memories or whatever the heck that he from those, or whatever experiences or things that he needs. I don't know. So I don't know the later lore of Naruto. I don't know how deep that shit goes, but that and being able to teleport, that would be sick as hell. Well, he teleports safely. Like, maybe I think Nightcrawler does it best, because it's like it's only where he can see, so the like physics of it makes sense, instead of like, oh, I want to go to India, or like a building or whatever. I'm not appearing like where somebody's already standing, or where a car is, or on inside of a building. No, I'm where I'm at. I can see where I'm at, and I can just bam. Bamfing. Which is weird that also that was like a Overwatch term, wasn't it? I think. But Nightcrawler is the real Bamf. He Bamfs. Like, Bamf. But I'm more of a Rivals guy. I love Rivals, dude. I love my Rivals. I'm not the best player at all, period. I'm not. Just straight up not. I suck. Like, I need to get better. And I've, like, before the stream was on, or like I was on for like a couple hours or something like that. I gotta find a main, dude. I gotta find a main. Because I don't know who I main officially, like, good. I want to say for healing, I was playing some Luna Snow today, and I did pretty decent. I don't think I did as much healing as I wanted to, but also I was on the offense more than I have ever been as a support. So that's saying something. But also, I think for Vanguard or the tank, I feel like I'm a Groot guy. I'm a very decent Groot when the game wants me to, when I'm able to actually do my shit, I'm a decent Groot. I know how to do my shit. I know how to block. I know how to corner, get my guys and zone people. Like, I had a very good Groot game earlier today. That one was good. But for Duelist, I don't know. My aim sucks. And I don't get, like, some of the videos I see, like, oh, the reticle's, like, fucking massive. My reticle's, like, smaller than a pin. And if I don't hit that, I'm done. Like, how? Like, how even? How are you guys? Like, my monitor isn't that small. But I'm, like, looking at it on my phone. It's like, this shit's, like, massive. Like, how are you able to hit shit from that far away? I mean, yeah, there's zooming and editing and stuff like that, but, like, still at the same time, it's like, how are you able to hit that on your monitor? You know? I don't get that. Like, on a monitor, unless if it's fucking massive. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, the size. It's smaller than my eye. Like a visual. But yeah. Why am I saying a visual? This is a podcast. What am I doing? What am I doing? But yeah, I think once that I've played for Duelist, I think I'm okay at Bucky. I'm okay at Bucky. Iron Man, I had a good Iron Man run earlier today. Oh, I was almost never on the objective, but, like, I was just nuking everything. And I was doing good, decent. Not, like, crazy for a Duelist. But still, I think it went, like, 23-2. I'd have to look it up again, but I did, like 23, 23-0, because, like, I'm a Duelist. What the hell? Like, what am I? If you're getting an assist as a Duelist, what the hell are you doing? Huh? Like, I also don't get how assists really work, because, like, they also do eliminations based off of, like, oh, you did just a significant amount, which I don't get why that would, like, official counts do not make sense, whatever. Like, I feel like assists be like, oh, you did a significant amount, but you didn't take them out. Or you help someone take someone out. It's like, it should be, I don't know. What I would say that. But yeah, I love Rivals. Man, after reading what's been going on with just the history of Blizzard and Blizzard and all that stuff with Activision, man, so good to see Rivals kicking its ass. And I feel bad for, like, even Jeff Kaplan, like, the main guy that, like, the head of Overwatch in the beginning until like 2 for like the longest time. He's not there anymore. And a lot of people that worked on Rivals, I think, were from Overwatch. And it's like, and if Overwatch does like a PvE mode, like a wave sort of thing, holy shit, it's over. It's just over for Overwatch. There's no coming back. No coming back from that. No coming back. At all. Man. But if I were to pick an Overwatch character, I'd maybe be Tracer. And if Tracer's already picked, I'll be Widowmaker. But if Widowmaker's already taken, I'll pick Bastion. But, you know, some people say nerf Bastion, so I'm like, okay, I mean, we're on the same team. I'll pick Genji. And what if I was Cassidy? A big oof there. Yeah, with McCree. I mean, Cassidy. Also, fucking changing his name to Cassidy. Like what was it? Fucking Cassius Classic. Cassius? Wait, fuck, I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna look that up. Real quick. Overwatch. Because I don't want to accidentally pull up something. What's his full name? Oh, it's Cole Cassidy. That's actually pretty decent. Yeah, but like also still at the same time, that just seems like a huge cop out. Like major cop out. I don't know. Yeah. Boy. Oh yeah, and the music I was playing like to start out the stream when I was playing Monkey Ball, or like the billiards and Monkey Ball from Monkey Ball 2. We had a GameCube growing up. I don't know how long. When we got a GameCube. It was a while, because I remember going to like Sam's Club or Costco, something around the area, and going there a bunch of times as a kid. And like when you walk into like a Costco, I think it was definitely a Costco, they had like a little thing like they had it like a Walmart or a Target where you could like, not really a Target, but a Walmart where you can like demo games and stuff like that. Back in those times. Yeah. There was always one like, there was a GameCube one with Super Mario Sunshine, which I never had. Surprisingly, I never played. Like officially played, but I've played the demo or whatever the heck at like Costco a bunch of times. Not enough to get used to it, but I played it a few times at the Costco, and I just remember seeing it a lot. And when we had a GameCube, we had like Mario Kart, Double Dash, Peak, and it's weird. Like I could get on a tangent about that one, but I don't want to get on that. But like Double Dash. Let me think. What were some of the big games? There was like a Rugrats game I remember playing a lot. Like very young. When we were very young, there was like a Rugrats game where they had like this tower or something that just grew. And there were like certain levels and things. I don't remember what the game is called. I probably could look it up, but I would probably never find it. It was just like, it was weird thinking about it. Or like looking back at it now. It was weird, but it was like a fun game. I remember when I was playing Pokemon Channel, and then Pokemon XD, Pokemon Coliseum, and Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. We had both, because we were Pokemon fans. Which I'll get back to XD, Gale of Darkness in a second here, because I have a story about that. Probably, I'll do it later. I'll tell that story later, actually, because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Obviously, Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball was a big one. Oh yeah. So Monkey Ball, we were decent at it, but we had a cousin who was like a lot better than, you know, us at it. But my sister had a friend in high school, or like, you know, through school when we moved up to Minnesota. And she was she's goated with the sticks. She has beaten monkey ball blindfolded, like mirrored, like with their fucking feet. Like, I'm not kidding. She has beaten monkey ball, like the monkey ball, I think monkey ball 2, every which way that she can. Like with one hand, she probably has done that. And she like showed up one time and our cousin was like saying, "Oh, I'm really good at monkey ball." And she fucking shows up and just wipes the fucking floor with her. And she's just like, it was funny. It was very funny. Oh, and the same friend, I remember one time, or my sister's friend, I remember one time we went to her and another one of my sister's friends. We all got, you know, and my whole family and a couple of my sister's friends, we all went to Wisconsin Dells for like a couple days, I don't know. And on the way there, the same person I'm talking about, you know, with the monkey ball story, you know, beating it every which way that she fucking can. That car ride, she was insufferable. We were this close to killing her. It was kind of funny in retrospect, but most of us wanted her dead. Because she'd be doing like a very high-pitched tone version of "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain." It was like, I could not replicate it, and I do not want to replicate it right now. And it won't come on the mic. It will never, ever, like, it won't register. It was that high of a pitch. It was funny. But then also, she would play, it was like 20, like early 2010. So it was probably around the same time, like 2009, I want to say. Maybe it was the same year that Bulletproof by LaRoux was like popular, because I remember that song was huge one time when we went to the Dells, like huge, like for that week. It was like on like every day, like multiple times. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a freaking banger, but like it was playing a lot. It did not need to be playing as much as it did then. But man, I still remember that. But no. What I was getting back to, the same friend I was just talking about before. It's his friend. She would play on her phone one of the Naruto Shippuden openings. It was a fucking Bluebird. Wait, no, hold on. I can look this up. I'm not going to actually show it. Naruto Shippuden opening. There it is. Let's see if I can find it. It was like, not silhouettes. Yeah, Bluebird. It was Bluebird. I got the title right. And honestly, it is a banger. I feel like a lot of people that have watched a decent amount of anime know the song, whether they've watched Naruto or not. I want to go on a whim. Yeah, there are probably not people that have, but like, dude, that is a fucking banger for no reason. Oh man, it has no reason to be that good. And especially, it was like, if I recall correctly, when it happens in the anime, it's just during the most dull, boring ass parts of Shippuden. Like, it's like, I could be wrong though. I could easily be wrong. a lot of Shippuden, it was like dragged the fuck out. So I don't know. Like, I think it wasn't like Naruto like 100, like the original run of Naruto. I'm not talking about Shippuden. Like the original run of Naruto, like I don't know if it was like 60 or like 100 and some plus episodes, where it's like it didn't need to be. Because like it's not that long. Like once that like fight between Naruto and Sasuke, which happens right after the ninja tournament, like not long after, it's done. The like training thing, or I don't freaking remember. The one where Orochimaru and Gaara and all them freaking ninjas come together. Like once that one's done, Naruto proper is like pretty much done, if I'm not mistaken. Like pretty much. But then Shippuden is Shippuden. Just thinking about my Putin. And my banner's falling. I'm at this point, I don't know. We should open up some packs though. Oh, almost clicked the wrong button. So we got 3 packs, but I've been opening packs just because, and in a row, I've gotten these 3 cards. Foil Grave Crawler, which is like, it's not that bad of a card. It's probably not worth a whole ton now because it's got reprinted, but foil, oof, real nice. But then immediately, pack after that, Emrakul, The Promised End. I already have the Secret Lair version of this, but oh man, hell yeah, I love that. But then the pack after that, I shit you not, Unnatural Growth. Crazy green card. Absolutely nutty green card. 3 packs in a row. So yeah, I think my pack luck might be screwed, but we'll see about that. I don't think it is, but I'm gonna open these up real quick. These packs aren't too bad. They open real funky, but it could be worse. And there's no pack trick. Wow, who could have known? Who could have known that? No pack trick is so much funner to go through. You get no anticipation. Wow. I wish they do that for every set, but no. And they do it for like every set, but like you gotta get like the fat packs or whatever the hell. Or whatever the elite boxes. I can't remember. Which are now changing all the freaking time for whatever set. But the one for Aether Drift that comes out like in like a week. Hell, literally like less than a week. A week with a pre-release. But like a week and some change from the recording of this episode. It's like it changed a lot. But it's got good cards to replace some of the stuff. So let me actually change my angle with my mic. Hopefully I don't knock it out. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the previous episode. If you, again, listen to that episode, because my girlfriend wanted me to do that, or wanted to be on it, and she's like, I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So let me just get through some of these commons. Evolving Wilds. Pretty cool. Village Messenger. All right. Lightning Mauler. Subjugator Angel. So Stenza Masquerade. A Braid. Yeah. Restoration Angel. Hey, pretty nice. Not amazing, but nice. Slayer of the Wicked. When this creature enters, you may destroy target. Okay. I thought it was like a board wipe effect for a creature like that. Oh, that would be crazy. Slayer of the Wicked. If that was a board wipe for zombies, werewolves, or vampires, oh my god. That would be absolutely nutty. Like, flavor-wise, crazy. Absolutely nutty. But yeah, it's niche, though. But it would be hilarious. Siege Zombie. I'm going to get through some of these just to get through the Awakener. Oh. Skewer the Bloodline. Hamlet Captain. Valorous Stance. Ooh, we got a Kinran Outlaw for the rare. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast this turn, transform it, whatever. Ooh. And then the Eldritch Evolution with the retro frame. As additional, you sacrifice a creature for search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's power or creature's mana value. Put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle that. And then shuffle, then exile this. Nice. Very nice. Excuse me. Now for the last pack, hopefully we get something good here. Get something nutty. Nutty. Mausoleum Guard. Uvenwald Mysteries. Grizzled Angler. Oh, we got Stitcher's Gaff. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze there. Again. Equipped creature gets +3/+3. Whenever equipped creature attacks, it does not untap during its controller's next untap step. Whenever this equipment becomes unattached from a permanent, sacrifice that permanent. That's, I think, good for like a goading deck. Noose Constrictor, and then a Stitch Mangler. So yeah. Not amazing for those packs, but I can still open more. And I'm definitely gonna, yeah. I feel like by the time I get back, I'm gonna open all of them. Because I already have another box, another thing just waiting with Aether Drift. I could just do that. So, I don't gotta worry. I'm not, but I do need to be a little bit light with how much I'm spending on cards. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I do need to get rid of some of my extra stuff because I have quite a bit. Quite a bit. I'm starting to run out of space. And I need places to put them. Kind of the bulk. But also, I should really get rid of some of the just straight up. Yeah. Because, like, if I need a card, just buy a card. And I've definitely found ones where I bought a card or whatever, even though I have like a dozen copies or whatever the hell. And then, of course, on the flip side, I get ones where it's like, oh, I need this card. I don't have any. I know I have. It's a common card. I know I have to have one. And it's already in a deck. It's like, dude, seriously? So, it happens. It happens. And like from a set that I like open a bunch from, it's like, I need to open up some more Hair Parents. Maybe I might get another box of t-shirts. That'd be nah. I think what I need to get is some more Knights Templars because I combine the two. Oh, I might be onto something. Hold up. Wait a minute. I might be onto something. Maybe not. I hope not. I need to stop talking about magic. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I am sorry. But I'm not sorry, too. I could be both. I could be red, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I could be anything you like. Sure. Plush toy. I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of more card stuff and card games or whatever. So, I still remember playing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It was more on, obviously, the later end of it was definitely on the later side of the GameCube era, just before, the Wii came out. But I do remember it was like Pokemon Across America 2005. For some reason, I remember me, my sister, and my dad went to it, and I just remember going to that. I just have good memories of just being there. I know, like, they're showing, like, doing like costume contests, and they had vendors and stuff like that, and they had a demo. The reason why I was talking about Gale of Darkness, this is right before Gale of Darkness came out, so they had like a demo like area where you could play it, and they would have like a tournament stuff, like a tournament how to play Pokemon, which honestly, at the time, like shit, I didn't know. No one knew. Like a lot of kids didn't know. I feel like now with like Pokemon Pocket and oh, speaking of which, I need to open up my packs. I do need to open up my packs. So I honestly actually might do that on stream and do that for the episode. But I just need to make sure that I'm not like getting any sound off of it. I also don't want to have stuff, go on. But I still like I feel like even in my day, it was about collecting, but now it's definitely gotten very weirdly. And I know it's like every card game has those people, but I feel like nowadays you have a lot more people where it's like very toxic about collecting. And it's like, dude, I'm just like, oh wait, I'm not ready to open up a pack. Okay, actually, an hour, so 2. It's fine. It's fine. I can still open up a pack. Maybe I can get something good. But no, and you can, although the Pocket Edition is a lot more watered down version of the actual game itself, it's still fun. It's still very fun. And even the online stuff, for every pack that you get an online code to open up a pack in the game. That's decent too. That is very good. Like a pack per pack. Like, yeah, you're probably not getting as many cards, but if you're opening up a lot of Pokemon packs, yeah, that's a good chunk of cards for the game. So you not only have physical cards, you have electronic cards. I like what what Pokemon does with that. That is pretty cool. I feel like if Magic were to actually do something, like had the balls to do that, man, they'd be selling a lot more packs. They would be, actually. They would sell more packs, and it'd be funner. Like, yeah, you can still buy packs just straight up online, but I feel like it'd be more of a fun experience and more of an incentive for people to not only start collecting into playing paper, but to also play online, and vice versa, from going from online to being in paper. And that is the way to do it. But, I should stop talking about Magic. I kind of do need to stop talking about Magic. But it's fine. It's fine, though. Man. And, yeah, I'm trying to think of something else I had. I had another story. Oh, another game that, for the GameCube, that we had was Sonic Heroes. Oh man, I remember playing the hell out of that. And of course people say that there's been a lot of like talks of like people wanting a remaster or whatever of Sonic Heroes just because of how 3 ended up. It's the logical jump for Sonic 4 to go to. Because Sonic 3 was like kind of loosely, not really based off of Sonic Adventure 2, which I correctly predicted, and like in 2020 I predicted it. And yeah, I remember the episode I do it, and that episode's coming up quick. Wait, yeah, that episode is coming up pretty quick in the feed of it, because it happens right before COVID happens. So I still do remember that. But yeah, I whatever. And I opened up my packs and stuff on that on Pocket, so it wasn't worth it. Did my dailies. just to get some more of the stupid currency. I hate some of the freaking live service games, and it's crazy too because like PlayStation recently, I can't say the duration of when and whatever, but like, in recent times, PlayStation has killed a lot of their live service games, like more than a dozen. Like, I don't want to say a dozen, but they had like 12, basically a baker's dozen worth of live service games that they were developing or like had developed or whatever. And like 8 or so, obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but like 8 or so of them canceled or unreleased. And that includes Concord. Obviously includes Concord. And then you get games like now the Justice League or Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Man, if that wasn't a live service game, that would be a good game. Like Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns, like a couple years ago, came out. It's a single player game, I think. It's more like an XCOMs for Marvel. And it makes sense because it was made by the people that make XCOMs. But it's a single player game. Like, yeah, there's maybe some live servicey stuff to it, but that's not the point. The point is to get your team to play the game and do your stuff. Like, what purpose is there to live servicing that? None. Like, Kill the Justice League, the idea of it just didn't make sense for it to be a live service game, and it's already done. Like, they kind of canceled what they were doing. They already got to the end of what they wanted to tell, which everyone knew was going to be the story, but from the beginning, or a lot of people knew that it was going to be the story from the beginning, but whatever. And what else? There's one that was like, Warner Brothers, even though it's unrelated to PlayStation, but Warner Brothers, as I just said, Justice League is dead. But also Multiverses, which is the big one that they're losing. That's shutting down, like in April or May or something like that. I mean, it's still going to be available offline and still available to whatever, but download and stuff like that. Ooh, yikes. That sucks too. I mean, it was a decent idea. Like just a decent idea, but now, dead game. But it is what it is, It is what it is. I haven't played Fortnite in a literal fortnight. I just haven't. Not to say that I don't like the game. I just haven't. I haven't had a reason to do it. I think the last time I played was like during the weird again in like November. I think I said it in like an episode, but it was like multiple months ago. Like multiple months ago at this point. And not to say that it sucks, but like nothing's really coming to intrigue me to play. Like gameplay wise, I just haven't seen much, And it might be because I'm not like deep in the weeds of it now, but still, I feel like I would see like some videos other than like Godzilla blowing someone up, which like that's the only thing, and that's like, and that they are still putting good stuff out on there, but it's just like it's not grabbing me to tell me to play the game. And plus, like with other games as well, taking my attention, it's kind of hard to do that. It's kind of hard to play multiple games at once. Yeah. But like, and it sucks too. Like I used to also play Destiny 2, like in college a little bit and a little bit after too, but man, that sucks. And I don't know if technically one of the live service games that PlayStation has is the Bungie one, that they're kind of still doing their thing though. And good for Bungie. I mean, they are part of Bungie, but they're also not part of Bungie. Or not part of, Bungie is part of PlayStation, but they're also kind of not part of PlayStation. Because I think they've, like, stated a fact of, like, the reason that Destiny 2 was Destiny 2 was because PlayStation wanted them to release Destiny 2. and then a Destiny 3, and then a Destiny 4. But they're like, no. Let's keep, I mean, we're using the same engine. Might as well just keep it on 2. And it makes sense, and you're going to keep your progress, because going from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 was a lot. And going from Destiny 2 to, like, you know, say like a yearly thing, like a COD, is not going to be good for Destiny. And that was a amazing decision that they had, that Bungie had. But yeah, and plus with like a lot of the story of Destiny, kind of like a good chunk of it's done. I mean, they still can tell stories and things like that, but it's just not as, you kind of already had your Avengers Endgame. You already had your Infinity War. So, I mean, there's still kind of remnants of like the big bad one, but they're still there, but they're also not. It's like, but it's like, who cares? They're dead. Or like, for the most part, they're dead. So, ugh. What? Yeah, I used to play. Oh, I was a huge Warframe, huge Warframe guy. And if I were to play it, I'd probably still be deep in that sauce. I love that game. But also at the same time, like, I was getting to like, not end game grindy, but like mid late game is like, if I have to get the things I want to get to like be like a top tier player, I have to grind on it for hours and like fail a shit ton of times and like just get lucky. It's like, I don't want to deal with that. I have to play meta builds, like, and even then the meta builds weren't great. Yeah, like I had to get Rivens and stuff like that, and it just got to be a lot. I don't know. And I stopped playing before the old war, but there's also now 1999, which I kind of want to play, or that whatever that update is. But I forgot that came out months ago already. I think that came out right when the Game Awards was going on, or like right after. I'm like, fuck. So I'm kind of behind on that too. So I might as well just wait till the next big update, because fuck me, I guess. There's 1999, they were waiting on that for like a long time too. Kind of similar with the old war. They were like kind of banking on like doing like a thing here and there, but they kind of woven it decently. I don't remember. I don't know the story from when I last left off, but yeah. But man, the stuff before the old war, ooh, or the new war, I should say. All that time I was saying old war, the new war. That one, oh man. Like, there's a lot of good story stuff going on at that time. And even still today, I think that's probably one of the better live service games. Because, like, they still get a thing from, like, again, from, like, the Game Awards. They still have, like, a fucking section on it. Like, crazy. And that game is old. It's old, but it looks like fucking I love it. That's why I love it, because like you can make it kind of like Crysis, how like Crysis 2 or 3 is like used as a benchmark for textures and stuff. That's kind of the version of a live service game. It has so much texture. Like now you can play it on a top end PC and have it crash because you have so many particle effects. You can do that. You can probably do that. I was a huge Warframe guy, and if I got back into it, I'd still probably be it. And there is a way to play around with it that you don't have to spend money. I spent a few, but also at the same time, I have like a meta Riven for the Opticore. That's like, I'm just like, I'm good, I'm done. And even then, I was getting my ass, like I was getting clapped by some higher end enemies. And the Opticore is just basically a laser rifle that just disintegrates everything. It does massive damage, gets crits and like heavy crits. Oh man, I love that gun in the game. It was so fun to play it. Even defeating what was it, Eidolons, like that was a huge thing to use that, and snipers. Man, I still love that. Like, even though I've kind of fallen off of it, I still love the game. I can't say that for a lot of other games. I can't say that for Destiny, even though I think Destiny has a lot more lore. I'm going to be honest, a lot more lore. They developed a fuck ton of lore, like hours upon hours of lore. I think Warframe actually probably does have more now, maybe, but not like videos out there that are 45 minutes barely explaining one aspect of a certain faction, kind of like warframing it, or not warframing it, warhammering it. Like Warhammer 40k, sort of like explaining a faction. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, and there's still fun games. But to bring up, to end it off before the episode, before we get into the end thing, I will ponder. I'll let you guys ponder this question, this query, even though the source of it is done, or the show that it came from is done. If you had the choice, would you choose bacon, unlimited bacon, but no games, or games, unlimited games, but no games? Think about that. So, as you're thinking about that, if you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltedLakeOriginal, all one word. Actually, that doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, it probably does, but whatever. Where you can not only watch this live, but you can interact in chat. You can change how the show goes. You can whatever. You can watch the after show, which is just basically me editing this down and off the books sort of stuff. And yeah, but once this, you can watch live, but if you miss it, that's fine, because it's up on Twitch for 2 weeks. And once that's gone, all that's gone. It's just gone. And I might actually see the whole video from last one though, just because I think my girlfriend wants it. That was fun. We had a fun time last episode. Yeah, if you got through this whole episode, go watch that one, or listen or watch to that one again, or whatever. I don't know why you're here with this one if you haven't watched or listened to the one previous. But that episode, I love that episode because it was her idea to do it. It was literally her. I asked, I think she mentioned it like a week ago. And I'm like, do you want to still do that? Or, I can't remember if you said you wanted to do that. And she's like, yeah, I totally want to do that. And I'm like, okay. So I set it up and set the camera up. Probably the angle on this one looks a lot tighter. I don't know. I don't want to mess with it anymore. So that's why I gotta get a better setup for this. I'm gonna be flat honest. I need a better setup for how I have this, because the framing of the shot is kind of messed up. Because like, can I see the fucking frame of my computer? Or am I just high? Was that there the whole episode? Bottom of the screen? No, I think that might be just a card. Hold on. It might be. I might be tripping. Might be losing it. So anyways, where was I? I don't know. So yeah, go back. Yeah, go watch that episode or listen to that episode again, because that was fun. We talked a lot of stuff, but it was her idea. I love it. I love her, obviously, and yeah. Oh yeah, thanks to Gradients for the use of their theme song. Used to it off the On the Call. I know they played a show not too long ago. Or in this episode, I don't really know. Their next show is on the 14th that I know in Fargo. So I can't be. No offense, I'm not going that. I'm not going there. That's just a bit of a drive. And as much as I love it up there, I don't need another reason to go up there right now. Especially unless if I hit it big. Unless if I hit it big in Vegas. I don't really have a reason to go up to my second home of Fargo Moorhead. I don't have a reason to. I love it up there. Love it. But yeah. What else? Am I actually going to get this on time? Maybe. I got to go to work today. I said I was going to go to work because I'm going to fill in some hours because I'm going to be gone this week. What am I... Yeah. And... Oh, man. I didn't even talk about, like, I know this is, like, the end of the stuff where I'm trying to wrap this up, but, like, one of my friends, or I should get him on the show again, was like, hey, you want to play some D&D? I'm like, fuck yeah. And scheduled it for, like, a day that me and my girlfriend can do it. I'm like, well, shit. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So yeah, that's fun. I might be getting back into D&D again. I was a fiend. This is a story for another time, but I was a fiend. Obviously, like, because I said alignment charts when I was doing that in the radio show, I was a real fiend for D&D back in the day, or even still. Like, I have, yeah. If you're here for the after show, you can see. I'll go into it. But yeah, I should wrap it up. And yeah, thank you. Other shows. Thank you to Gradients, and thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. And as I look at the time right now, though, you already know. It's not midnight here anymore. However, it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're just when I needed you. I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.